The government of Guyana has spared no effort in implementing measures to bring relief to flood-affected residents across the country. More than that, however, cabinet ministers have been on the ground in every region offering their support. His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali has led from the front, visiting communities in the Essequibo Islands, West Demerara, Region 3, East Berbice Quarantine, Region 6, Cuyuni Mazaruni, Region 7, Patara Siparuni, Region 8, and Upper Demerara Berbice, Region 10. During a meeting with residents in Region 3 on Friday, the President announced that the government will be approaching the National Assembly for a supplementary budget to boost national relief efforts.
A few minutes ago, I was on a phone with the Vice President and Minister of Finance. We are working now on finding additional resources to go to the Parliament for a supplementary so that we can bring relief to you.
In the community of Namrik, President Ali said some 15 acres of farmland have been affected by heavy rains coupled with an overtopping of the Conservancy Dam. He told residents that the government will do everything possible to ensure any negative impact is reduced.
I want residents to be assured that the government will be moving in a continuous manner to bring help. Our efforts now are around ensuring we secure livelihood, you have food supplies and so on.
Already, the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority has deployed additional machinery within Region 3 to create outlets to drain the water faster. The head of state also visited Region 7 along with the Director General of the Civil Defense Commission, Lieutenant Colonel Kester Craig. Among the areas visited were Olive Creek, Camarang, and Jawala. Additionally, the President flew over several communities to gauge the scope of the flooding. The President committed to ensuring that support is given to affected residents.
We are aware that definitely you will need help. I am here personally to let you know that we understand your pain, we feel your pain. And I want to commit to you that you will get help and the government will help the community and help the farmers. We will be helping you. You will need not to worry about that, we will be helping you.
Prime Minister Honorable Brigadier Mark Phillips, who has oversight for the CDC, has ensured that the Commission is working 24 hours to facilitate the packing of hampers for distribution. The hampers can feed a family of 5 for 2 weeks. The Prime Minister noted that every affected community will be reached.
In the shortest possible time, we've been able to send relief supplies to all the affected communities in Guyana, working both with government officials and the private sector. And today, I've just walked through this facility, and you can see we have just about 2,500 hampers that are already packed, and another 1,000 in the process of being packed. And just outside there's another 1,500 that is being loaded for distribution. So, in a sense, this is a well-oiled machinery at the CDC, and the operation to bring relief to the impacted communities, I'm satisfied with the effort, the total effort at this point in time.
Minister of Agriculture Honorable ZULFIKAR MUSTAPHA also visited Regions 3, 5, and 6, where he promised several interventions.
Over the last 2 days, we have visited almost approximately 20 villages. And I think that a number of interventions we have made in terms of taking machinery, doing emergency work, clearing sluices, installing new boxes and things like that so that people can get relief. I think that those help and those interventions that we have made have been welcomed by the residents, and they are looking forward to get these things done. And I want to say that I'm very, very happy to note that most of the intervention that we have made, or the commitments that we have made, are on the ground already, and works are going on.
The Agriculture Ministry has also provided a $140 million contract to Water Users Association across Region 6 for the cleaning and maintenance of drainage channels. Along with Minister of Local Government and Regional Development Honorable NIGEL, Minister MUSTAPHA also provided relief to hundreds of residents at De Hoop, Ithaca, Blairmont, and Rosignol, Region 5. He also used the opportunity to update residents on the emergency works that are being carried out.
I made commitment to excavate the 2 outfalls. That will happen shortly. We have the pontoon with the excavator at Abari. As soon as that is completed, we'll bring it here to clear the 2 outfalls. I told you that we'll bring an additional machine. There is an additional machine in the area today. There are 2 machines working so that we can have proper drainage.
A journey was also made to ease Berbice quarantine to several villages, including Albion, Belvedere, Nig, Grassfield, and Anchorville. A number of machines have already been mobilized and are on the ground, conducting works in some villages, while some excavators are being sourced to be deployed to other affected areas. Minister DHARAMLALL said the government is keen on ensuring that support is given to flood-affected citizens at every level.
The regional systems have been activated and the resources are geared towards, as the Minister of Agriculture said, towards the emergency support that we are providing to households in the first phase. And secondly, they are also doing an assessment of what needs to be done in the future.
Minister MUSTAPHA also joined Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, Honorable Deodat Indar, on an outreach to Region 3, where they met and listened to concerns raised by residents in Bell East, Bell West, Canal Number 1, Canal Number 2, Good Fortune, and Riseland. Several decisions were made immediately based on the feedback received from residents.
I just gave instruction for 2 pumps to go there. The NDC is mobilizing and we will rent the pump. NDIA, Ministry of Agriculture. So that will help the situation in the community.
At least that
right?
Be a
Good.
relief.
And then the NARI will have their officers to do the assessment that I told you all about.
Minister MUSTAPHA said while there are some long-term projects already streamlined to be executed, the government's priority now is to initiate immediate solutions to ensure the lands are drained of water.
Those comrades are those person farmers who would have lost their crop, lost livestock. We have our agencies from GLBA, GRDB, and those rice farmers also from GRDB will do an assessment. We can't give money, but we will help back farmers in terms of material and see what we can do. But we have to do an assessment first.
Minister Indar conducted a needs assessment within the communities and noted that the government remains focused on providing immediate relief through emergency works and the provision of food and cleaning supplies. The Private Sector Commission of Guyana will assist with these efforts.
Over the weekend we'll have food, hampers as well as cleaning items so that we can give people. We'll come throughout the region and to give people as much as we can. Good-spirited private sector people came and they're going to assist with some relief hampers, cleaning items and so on. We also going to make sure that that is being delivered between today and tomorrow.
To ease flooding in the potential area, Minister Indar said a second pump is set to be installed to drain water off the land, while for Canal Number 1, tubes and 2 additional pumps will be put in place.
We are putting the tractors and the pumps at the various sluices so that when the coca locks, you still have the water being thrown off the land.
Minister of Education, Honorable PRIYA MANICKCHAND, was also part of the outreach efforts in Region 3. She urged residents to take precautions during this difficult period and ensure their health and well-being are not jeopardized by waterborne diseases.
We're asking you to look out for the types of effects that floods have, the kinds of waterborne diseases. Look after yourself in that regard. Make sure your water is clean. And we are also making sure that as far as we can, we deliver cleaning agents. We will shortly be delivering health packages where you could help to boost your protection.
The Ministry of Health has been on high alert to counter the threat of waterborne diseases posed by the flooding.
We have not received any reports of any waterborne diseases. We are monitoring for it. So there are 3 things that we're looking for right now. Waterborne diseases. We're looking for people with skin rashes. And we're also on the lookout for leptospirosis. We have had, I heard from some persons in the media that they were saying that we have outbreaks of dengue. We haven't had any outbreaks of dengue in any of the regions so far.
Teams have also been dispatched to every region, and they are providing cleaning agents and oral rehydration salts, among other supplements to residents, even as they monitor for waterborne diseases, leptospirosis, and skin rashes.
In anticipation of rashes and so forth, we have sent in things like skin ointments and creams to various regions. In anticipation that children might get diarrheal diseases, we have sent in the ORS and bleach to help to purify water. So we are anticipating and making sure that supplies are closer to the point of usage, and so that's what we're doing. But so far we haven't had any major complaints, health complaints that is.
Ministers of the government also fanned out to Region 9, where most villages have been affected. Minister of Natural Resources Honorable Vikram Bharat, Minister of Housing Honorable Colin Crowell, and Minister DHARAMLALL journeyed to the region, where they provided hampers and brainstormed ideas to bring about some relief to residents.
Today we are actually taking supplies into the Rupununi River. There are 3 villages that are heavily affected by flooding. Crashwater, which is close by, Riwa, and up to the confluence of the Rupununi and Essequibo rivers. That is Apateri. Apateri is also, and Riwa, both affected by COVID as well. So today we are sending hampers into the area, 50 hampers each. We expect that all the households are going to receive this type of support from us. We have found out too that some homes are flooded, and we have to set up some shelters in all of the villages, especially on the high ground areas where the schools are.
Minister DHARAMLALL noted that while the government is focused on ensuring that homes are secured and persons are safe during this time, efforts are being made and will be made to ensure support is also provided after the water has receded.
In this first phase will basically be crisis management. In the second phase will be the support to infrastructure development and also to do repairs and rebuild, and also to secure livelihoods. At this point in time, we are focused on making sure that people are safe. We're making sure that homes are secure. We're making sure that there is good health within the community and other communities. And we're also making sure that there is enough food to sustain the communities at this point in time.
Minister Crowell said the government has been able to provide much needed help to many of the communities, and this effort will continue until every person is reached. Assessments were also carried out in Iowa, Quarry, and Mokomoko for relief efforts to be undertaken. Over at the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, efforts are being made to prepare care packages, which will contain items catering to babies and children, personal care and hygiene supplies for women and girls, and the elderly. The team will first travel to Kokwani, which remains one of the most affected areas across the country. We will continue to expend every effort to assist families and persons hard hit by flooding, as their lives in many cases have been upturned and they have suffered immeasurable losses and serious damage to property and crops. It is these trying moments that must bring all Guyanese together to help and support each other, Minister Persaud said. Minister of Amerindian Affairs Honorable Pauline Sukai has also traveled to Regions 7 and 8 to conduct flood assessments in communities which are experiencing severe flooding. She has also met with regional officials to determine the levels of support needed to bring relief to the residents. Teams from both the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs and the RDC will be visiting communities including El Paso, where food, cleaning and medical supplies will be distributed. Region 10 has been the worst hit region. Earlier this week, Minister of Public Works Honorable Bishop NIGEL distributed much-needed supplies to residents.
This morning, we are delivering on the promise that was made by the President when he came here on Saturday afternoon. Representation was made about what your needs are, and here we are today. I stand here representing the President and the Cabinet.
Residents have commended the efforts of the government as the administration works round the clock to ensure all possible mitigation measures are implemented.
We appreciate a great lot what this present government is doing for us, right? We was a little frustrated because we were happening all over the country, but we know they can't do everything at one time. But what takes place here today, everybody appreciates it.
Our Myself and parents we farm, and right now our farm is like about 8 feet underwater, and we can't do any kind of plant. Actually, we can't do no planting at all, and we're trying to harvest our plantain and banana that is remain. So it is actually really affecting us because I live right there, and you can see how the water is way up on us. So let everybody feel it. I'm grateful to the government and everybody else who contributed. It shows that they're thinking about us and we mean something to them, so they're supporting us.
Heavy rainfall is expected to continue, and residents are urged to take all preventative measures to protect themselves and property.